Hello, my All in the Cards family. This is Kazaya with All in the Cards, coming to do another celebrity reading, family. All right. I just finished doing a few other readings, family. So I said, let me continue on because I have so many on the list that I'm trying to get down and get to, right? So, this was one of the main ones that a lot of people have asked me about for a while. So I'm trying to go back and get through some of my older requests on the list. Okay, so I'm trying to get to them. Like I said, I have some that is on Patreon and I have some that is on YouTube. So not everything that goes on YouTube will be, not everything that goes on my Patreon will be on YouTube. So if you want all of my spiritual readings, where it's celebrities, whether it's true crime, some of my true crime don't even come to YouTube, please join me over on Patreon. I don't have a bunch of tiers. It's just one tier and it's less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks. All right. But I had to do that to at least, get my reciprocation of my energy, family. Okay. I'm not trying to break anyone. Okay. Because I appreciate everyone who supports me in reference to my Patreon as well. I love my Patreonians. And over there, we're doing some new things. We're doing a ritual at the end of this month and together. And so come over there and join us. And over there, I do shadow work session. I do Thursday night insight, which is every Thursday night. You can come over there and get you a small message or personal reading, a small one. That I do for each one that is lined up over there that Thursday night at 6:30 every Thursday, okay? All right, so let's get into this. This one is about Mr. Bill Cosby. All right, so I know a lot of people wanted to know, did he actually do all of that stuff? What was going on with Bill, right? What was going on with Mr. Cosby back in the day? So I just wanted the ancestors to tell us and show us what it was with Mr. Bill Cosby back in the day. What was in his energy back in the day, what he's accused of, all right? So these are the things that the ancestors can see. See, that's another thing about sometimes when I see some people commenting, not under just mine, but under other spiritualists on YouTube. I always talked about this on Patreon. All of us should be on the same page because the truth is the truth is the truth. There is no way around the truth, family. So everybody on the tube, you should be getting the same energy, in reference of what's to come or what happened, right? When it's a situation like this is what I'm talking about, right? I mean, the energy changes all the time. So I'm not talking about, if you're doing it on something specific for that person right then and there. But what has happened? Yes, because what has happened is that's the past, okay? If they really tapped in, and the ancestors, everything is allegedly all for entertainment purposes only. I have to say that while I'm over here. This is non-factual, okay? This is for entertainment purposes only, family, all right? So I'm just pulling the truth in the words with my ancestors and they just spitting out cards, I have no control over what comes out of this deck. And when I pull it, just like I had just did a couple of readings, some of them was very heavy. But, when I do these celebrities, they have some heavy energy, family. They have heavy energy because they be in all kinds of stuff, So, let's get started, all right? This is for Mr. Bill Cosby's energy to see what it was that was going on that led up to his incarceration and all these different things that people are accusing him of. We want to just ask the ancestors to show us through the cards what is the actual truth in reference of Mr. Bill to the Cosby ancestors. Show us in the divination of the cards what is the truth and what is in the energy of Mr. Bill Cosby ancestors. Mr. Bill Cosby, bring in his energy in reference of what it is that past, present, and the future, but we want to know the truth in reference to what happened and why he is going through all these legal situations, why they have accused Mr. Bill Cosby of all these things. Show us the truth, ancestors. Give us clarity into Mr. Bill Cosby. Who is Mr. Bill Cosby? Show us in the cards, ancestors. What is it that we don't know that we need to know about Mr. Bill Cosby? Mr. Bill Cosby, what is it that we don't know that we need to know about Mr. Bill Cosby, ancestors? Mr. Bill Cosby, Ashe. One thing about the ancestors, and I don't care who you are, okay? I don't care who you are. One thing about my ancestors is they don't lie, okay? So you can spin it, slam it. I'll always believe my ancestors over anybody. So I'm sorry. That's just something I have to say. All right. But I do have to say for this platform that I'm on, because I don't own it. Okay. And I don't know these people. And metaphysical science, which goes back to divination, right, is not proven by anyone until it is proven. All right. So this is the messages from the ancestors, all right? Mr. Bill Cosby is isolated, and the energy around him that was going on back then was also isolated. So these are things that he did in secrecy, by himself, in solitude. Ancestors say he's very conscious of these things, and the conscious means he knows, he understands. He's very cognitive and conscious. I don't know why that word is coming up. And the conscious is connected to the cleanse. So trying to clean things up from the past and from whatever this isolated situation is. But he does feel that being conscious is, he's conscious of some revenge as well. People trying to get revenge at him. But also the ancestors is saying that he's also isolated, conscious, and he's a liar. Okay, so I have a liar here. And I also know that not only him being a liar or lying about some things that he's been asked about, because you can't be a liar unless you ask the question, okay, to him, okay? So he has lied about some things, and he's very conscious of it, but that goes back to him being out of balance, all right? And the whole situation with him in this cleanup situation is around him feeling like this is revenge on himself, but it also is about something, the situation being out of balance and him being out of balance as well. This goes back to a lot of emotions, okay? A lot of emotional things, a lot of crying, a lot of feeling like he's drowning in his emotions because of what's happened, all right? Clarity on the spread in reference of Mr. Bill Cosby. So the answers, we asked the ancestors what was going on, what is the truth? The ancestors said he's conscious of being a liar, all right? And their cleanup. But he's also conscious of others lying, okay, and getting revenge, okay. Clarity on the messages here in reference of Mr. Bill Cosby energy, ancestors, on what truly is happening in his energy. Please show us clarity in the messages that you've already given us. Please show us clarity, concise, the truth, ancestors, about Mr. Bill Cosby. Show us in the spread, ancestors, please, in reference of Mr. Bill Cosby, ancestors. Clarity of Mr. Bill Cosby, Ashe. Clarity of Mr. Bill Cosby, ancestors. All right, so he feels that he was put in a situation for someone to cause him some harm. He also should be very careful because there is an energy of poisoning, okay? Ancestors said it's the investigation and the questions that the questioning and the investigation is definitely isolated to him, okay? And they also have investigated him and isolated him because of this investigation as well, okay? That's what that means. Questions mean investigation in my deck, okay? He's saying gratitude and thank you, and he's in gratitude of this all being cleaned up, or somebody cleaning it up for him, or some type of cleanup of the situation that is happening, maybe even now or in the future, all right? So we do have the gratitude on the cleanse, okay? The cleanse is all about something being cleaned up, all right? So we have the gratitude, and that's also his spirit saying gratitude. But I have conscious and unknown, okay? So it's like as if ancestors is saying he's conscious and he knows of the unknown, of the things that are unknown, and there's also some unknown things that he's conscious of, okay? Some of that goes back to, this looks like, you know, here we have some human trafficking with the revenge on it, okay? Now, you can look at that as being actually what the ancestors is saying here, okay? Or you can look at that as in reference of some type of money that is coerced, that he knows about as well, okay? That others may not know about, the unknown, right? Something about him being conscious of some things that is connected to that. And this also goes back to my prostitution card in some cases, right? But it would be my sex trafficking card. But this card definitely goes back to, you know, being conscious of what ancestors is saying, of the unknown, okay? Which is some type of human trafficking and the revenge there. Allegedly, all for entertainment purposes only. Now, I do want to tell you the what do they call it? The actual definition, by definition, of what human trafficking means is the modern day slavery, and involves the use of force, fraud, and cohesion to obtain some type of labor or commercial sex, okay? So this is the exploitation of a person for labor, services, and common sex, or commercial sex. So once again, like I said, the investigation is isolated to him being conscious of the unknown, okay? What some people don't know of him doing this. Force, fraud, cohesion, okay? And there being some revenge for this, okay? But he's conscious of this and, you know, trying to clean some things up as well, all right? We have that the liar is on the fight. So it looks like, you know, he's gonna fight this liar. He feels like he's gonna fight this liar, okay? He feels like they are lying on him. That's how he feels. So he feels he's gonna fight to the end, okay? But also, he has lied on some things that he's fighting against, okay? So that's another way to look at what is here, because there's some energy here about some type of questionable, unknown information that's within this fight, which goes back to the revenge that somebody is trying to do on him. So I'm looking at this spread. It's like, yeah, he's done some things, but this is also going back to the ancestors saying something about revenge on him. Okay, so it's like as if somebody is trying to get revenge on Mr. Cosby, okay? So he may have done some things. Yes, he may have been a liar in some situations, but some situations they are lying as well. And that's what's unknown to the collective also, but also unknown to him of what's happening here, all right? Out of balance, brother and sister. So I do feel that there is some energy towards, you know, a brother or a sister that's out of balance that could be creating some type of harm to him in some shape, form, or fashion. I don't know if he has brothers or sisters, or that if this situation is going back to a brother or a sister that may not be getting along with him in some shape, form, or fashion. But that is coming up in reference of somebody being out of balance, okay? When somebody's out of balance, that means they're not doing the right things in life to have a balanced life. That is low vibrational energy, okay? That is coming off of somebody's brother or sister. All right, clarity on the questions, which is about investigations, that's isolated from Mr. Bill Cosby. What is it that we need to know about that, okay? Based off of what Mr. Bill Cosby is going through at this time, ancestors, the question and the isolated from Mr. Bill Cosby. They got it wrong. Oh, wow. Delay. Wow. Okay. Ancestors said whatever they're investigating and what's isolated to him, they got it wrong. Ancestors saying they got it wrong. Okay? And that it needs to stop. Interesting. Gratitude, ancestors. Gratitude. But you know, I always felt like, yeah, he may have done some things in his early years, like when he was in the 70s. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't feel like everything that has come out has been right. And the ancestors is showing us in this investigation that is isolated to Mr. Bill Cosby. Ancestors saying they got it wrong, family. Wow. Never know. And something is being delayed within this isolated situation. What's the unknown in the conscious? What is the unknown in the conscious here about, ancestors? Clarity on the spread. The unknown in the conscious. What is that about with Mr. Bill Cosby? What is the unknown in the conscious for Mr. Bill Cosby? The unknown in the conscious for Mr. Bill Cosby. What you trying to tell us? Giving and receiving. Oh. The oath. Yes, ancestors. Speak. Wow. This is that blood contract. All right. Well, ancestors telling us the things that they got it wrong, that they're investigating, is all behind this unknown that he's conscious of. But see, the unknown that people don't know, okay, that he's conscious of and that others are conscious of, but maybe the public doesn't know, is that it all goes back to the giving and the receiving. What he received and what he has given goes back to this oath. You see that? See the oath over here? And the oath is the same energy, which the oath is about blood contracts, marriage or divorce. Oath by mouth or by written in blood, right? That's how you take an oath, right? Normally comes by those industries, right? So the oath is connected to what Mr. Cosby received. See, this is the 6 of coins. This is the giving and receiving. See that? See, he conscious. He know that this is why these people are lying on him. He's saying, see, ancestors saying too. And see, he knows that's where the fight and the revenge. See how it's the same energy? Look, family, look. See, people think they investigate him. See, this is why ancestors. See, thank you, ancestors, for the messages. Thank you, ancestors. Everything here is allegedly, by the way, I have to say that for entertainment purposes only. This is non-factual. I have to just say that for YouTube purposes. But follow the spread. Follow the spread. The truth in the words, family. See, ancestors said this investigation that's isolated this man, right? Put him in solitude, isolated him away from everything, his money, his riches, and even what he had, right? They got it wrong. The people. See, they made it look like something different. That's why he said he conscious of the unknown. See, they got it wrong. See, we got it wrong. See. And how we got it wrong is connected to this fight. See, he fighting this liar. See, he said he gonna fight this liar. See, the fight and the got it wrong is the same energy. See, remember my card's the same energy in reference of the coloring, okay? And look, and the energy I put in my cards, don't get it twisted, right? I put energy into these cards, family, so it gives it back, my ancestors, all right? The fight and the revenge and the they got it wrong is the same energy with the oath. See, he took an oath. See, when he got all those gifts, the money, the cars, the shows, everything, right? That's what he's conscious of that. He's conscious of what he was given and what he received, right? But with this oath comes some things that's unknown. See, that's the darkness. See, that unknown is black. It's dark. See, that's the unknown, the secrecy. You see that? Yeah. Thank you, ancestors. The fight and the liar. Mr. Bill Cosby, the fight and the liar. The fight and the liar. Ooh, card fell on the floor. Ooh, okay. So we got a timeline that fell out. Timeline fell out on the floor. It was a week. In the next week, next days, next few weeks, next few days, we can see something come out with Mr. Bill Cosby in reference of this fight. Clarity on the fight. Don't like that. Was on the bottom of the deck, the assassination. Oof. Hope that doesn't happen in the next week. Fight and liar of what's happening with Mr. Bill Cosby, what has happened and what's to come, ancestors. The fight and the liar with Mr. Bill Cosby. Please show us in the cards what's this about, ancestors, for Mr. Bill Cosby. Ooh. Oh my God. So ancestors is giving me a timeline, family, that this could get aggressive because of some situation that he has going on at this time, okay? Either Mr. Bill Cosby may cross over to the other side, astral or spiritual realm, within the next week, family. Today is March the 10th, all right? 2025. I have a crossover and I have a week, all right? And I have some days, okay? It could be a week and some days, could be the next few weeks, the next few days, all right? That somebody crosses over, which is my card of leaving this planet, family, all right? That's what my crossover card means, all right? And the TV came on, the distraction. The fight in this liar could be that something ends, okay, with a death, all right? Could be a death of him, or could be a death of a brother or a sister, all right, of Mr. Cosby, all right? Could be somebody that's a fire sign, or he could be the fire sign, but this is very aggressive also with this energy that's coming out here, all right? Because I got the fire on the bottom of the deck. That's aggression, all right, in this fight, all right? So it's like as if he fought to the end aggressively, and there's a crossover here. Lord, I hope not. Mr. Bill Cosby, ancestors, gratitude and cleanse. Is that why you gave me the gratitude, the thank you, the cleanse and the gratitude for Mr. Bill Cosby? Why is that here? Sickness, yeah. Yeah, he could be sick. There could be a history of him going through some type of sickness or having some type of sickness. He could be sick at this time, trying to clean some things up before he gets, you know, pass over or cross over. Within the cleansing of something, they could be trying to cleanse something up in reference of his crossover, or within this whole fight, okay, within the next week. But I got sickness. My sickness means sickness, mental sickness, physical sickness, right? Emotionally sickness. But gratitude is here in reference of the history that's behind what he's had to go through and trying to clean up his life and the situations that's happened to him within this sickness as well, okay? Yeah. Human trafficking and revenge for Mr. Bill Cosby, ancestors. Human trafficking and revenge for Mr. Bill Cosby. Human trafficking and revenge for Mr. Bill Cosby. What happened? What's to come? Record, yeah, he has a record, and it's on record that they did some of these things. Yeah, moving. They were moving. He could have been moving things around or moving with people, or there was something here about moving, him having a record, or this being on the record in reference of him moving away from something that could have been going on, right? And it's attached to some type of revenge, all right? This goes back to the giving and the receiving and the sickness in the mind, right? As well as being out of balance, okay? So all of this goes together, all right? Interesting spread on what was going on with Mr. Bill Cosby. He had a lot going on, family. Ancestors just said to me, a lot of moving pieces, all right, to the puzzle that is on record, or is being recorded, or is something about a record. Brother and sister and out of balance for Mr. Bill Cosby. Out of balance and brother and sister. Out of balance, brother and sister. Why is that here, ancestors? Clarity, Bill Cosby. Okay, faded relationship. So, yeah, he had a faded relationship with a lot of his family, looks like, okay? Because they felt like he's out of balance. They felt like he's out of balance, and he felt like they were out of balance. And it's a faded relationship because of his situations that he had going on in his life. this faded relationship with his family, brother or sister, where he may not have a relationship with them no more, is because of some type of secret society. The powers that be, the elite, is here. Okay, people he even called his brother or sister within this elite have left him. You know, I don't know why I'm hearing left him for dead. Okay, allegedly, hopefully not, but I'm getting a lot of death energy in this spread as well. But this was faded relationships that he's had, okay, within this whole fight that he's been having, and people lying on him is what the ancestors is showing. It's definitely a lot here in reference of revenge, okay, with the elite as well, the powers that be. All right, I'm gonna pull a few more cards out of this deck for Mr. Bill Cosby ancestors. Show us in the cards, did it truly happen in reference of what they said that happened with Mr. Bill Cosby, or was this just to get revenge on him because of his oath that he signed, you know, his oath, his contracts? Ancestors, show us in the cards. Was sexual partner, sexual assault? Yeah, here's the sexual assault, and because this card means not only sexual partner, okay? So what ancestors is trying to say is, see, because this card means sexual retaliation, sexual assault, sexual abuse, okay? And I have child trauma here. So it looks like, yeah, he may have done some sexual assault on somebody, all right? Looks like child trauma is here too. That child trauma lets me know, yeah, him being put in some situations as well that he may have not done, but he did do some, right? The child trauma is here because, yeah, he made some promises as well within the things that was going on with these sexual partners and so forth. But a lot of this is because of his child trauma, also him having inner child trauma that he hadn't related with, and also him dealing with child trauma with the children he may have been dealing with as well. Clarity on this child trauma. Why is this here for Mr. Bill Cosby? Clarity in the spread, ancestors. Child trauma. Yeah, justice. That's the ancestors saying, them getting justice for that, and him needing some type of medicine and healing for doing these things. So he did do a lot of this, family, that was said, but he also, you know, there's some things that he didn't do, right? Because we see that they got it wrong in some situations. But yeah, ancestors said this was about them getting justice behind sexual assault, sexual retaliation, sexual abuse, and also it being tied to child trauma as well. All right, so somebody getting justice and somebody promising him that they were going to get justice for these things as well. All right, this is Mr. Bill Cosby spread. We'll pull a few cards out of this spread, out of this deck. Whispers of the Unsolved. Bill Cosby. What is it that we don't know that we need to know about Mr. Bill Cosby? A friend. Bill Cosby. What's with the friend with Mr. Bill Cosby? Communication. Fired. So yeah, I do feel like he was fired from a lot of things. I feel like there was a congregation of friends that also felt he needed to be fired, but also him having friends communicating some of these things, him in communication with those, and he got fired from everything. There's still some fraud here, okay? Fraud, and this is repetitive pattern that they do, okay? I told you guys it is a lot of reference of the unknown, right? And them being a liar, but him also being a liar. You see? Clarity on this, and there's a murder. Hopefully this is not them murdering Mr. Bill Cosby allegedly, or this is, because I got that came out on the crossover, and then I have the inside. All right, and I'm asking about what's to come with Mr. Bill Cosby. Answers gave us a timeline of a week, family, of somebody crossing over. Clarity on the murder. Why is that here for Mr. Bill Cosby? Secret program, medical emergency. See? So if we hear of Mr. Bill Cosby and it come out about a medical emergency, there's a secret program. Allegedly all for entertainment purposes only. What else about Mr. Bill Cosby that we need to know? Alive now and aware. Good and correct. There's something about children here. Alive and aware Somebody is alive and aware about this situation. The ancestors said that is correct. All right, so let's see what else we can get about Mr. Bill Cosby that we don't know. What's to come from Mr. Bill Cosby? Yeah, the affluence and the lies. Look at the ancestors telling me the lies that went with some of this situation of him having wealth. All right. I told you, he lied and there was a lot of lies being told. Yeah, he regrets this, you know, in reference of him being locked up and he's going to need medical care. His caregiver also regrets it, you know. Mr. Bill Cosby and what's to come. Yeah, here's the fire. See, somebody is going to be a backstabber. Somebody is a snake. And that's that fire. That fire element came with this fight, okay? This fight and this crossover and this liar, okay? So remember, we got this about somebody crossing over within this fight with this liar. Okay, the fire came out on that as well. So now we had the fire on the bottom of the deck again. I'm going to leave it there, family, in reference to Mr. Bill Cosby, because I didn't want this to be too long. That energy be strong. It be popping all my rubber bands on my decks. That energy be so strong in these decks. Clarity, outcome message from Mr. Bill Cosby of what's to come from Mr. Bill Cosby. Thank you, ancestors. The 10 of Cups and the Lovers. All right, so this is a happy family, he's happy within his relationship in a happy home, happy family. He's still with his wife, I think. And this is the outcome for him. It's like as if, yeah, he got fired and everything happened to him. But it looks like he's still in love and has his family that's behind him. What else do we need to know what's to come from Mr. Bill Cosby? Okay, it's a lot that flew out. The Tower moment. Some woman. That could be another accuser. That 8 of Coins. All right. Work. Page of Wands. And the 7 of Coins. A man. All right. So it's some type of Tower moment situation going to come out. And here's the 5 of Cups. Okay. Grief. So that's grief is about death. All right. So I do see, again, some death. I feel like some more women will come out. Younger woman. Somebody he may have worked with, but I have 3 women here with the Tower, okay? So yes, family, this is the energy that is here for Mr. Bill Cosby. Everything here is allegedly all for entertainment purposes only. This is what's to come. Hopefully we don't see him crossing over within the next few weeks or the next few days or the next week. Hopefully not, but I am seeing if so, you know what it is in the spread and what the ancestors was showing us. All right, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Peace, family. Hit the like button. Peace, peace, peace.